That's awesome.
Got my cigar.
They'll be able to see you from space in that outfit.
Hey, this is from the 60s. See these boots? There's only one place for them. I've got other stuff in here.
Get in here, Jim.
Wait a minute. Speech.
3 pages.
2 pages, but I scratched a bunch of
You
stuff
don't
out.
need a few.
All the swear.
No, I tell you, if I gave a speech, we'd have to order dinner in tonight.
That's true.
What do I want to say? Okay. Randall Jones, Rick Bell, Jim Page, Wayne Chikazi, and myself were the last of the old school guys from the 70s. That's it. Just thought you'd like to know.
Now we know.
Jim Deutsch.
Hey, you forgot
No, I did not
Oh,
forget.
you haven't forgotten.
From the office,
You're the honor.
we have Jim Deutsch, logistics and costing guru, whatever that means. He's been around forever, early 70s.
Darn right.
Yeah. And I want to give a shout out to Scott Thompson. He's not here today. He came in, made a cameo appearance in '79 as a student on the floor, and then he got straight into graphics. So that's a shout out to Scott Thompson. Now, I want to shout out Terry Furnet's not here, the illustrious Terry Furnet, our programmer slash whatever, scheduling. Nobody wants that job. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemies. And I want to give a shout out to Thad too, because he would fill in for Terry. And the most important person in the whole operation is, yes, you, no, our payroll clerk, Janice. She's the one that crunches the numbers, and she's the one that pays our weight. All right, so there we go. So we got that covered. And then we have our outside sales team, all our customer service reps, structural design, graphic design, and our entire management team. It takes all of us. It really does. And as importantly, my union brothers and sisters, you know, as a union, we've worked over 40 years without any uninterrupted negotiated service. No strikes in this plant in over 40 years. That tells me something about each and every person here. So I started May 1778 in a place called Disneyland. That is where we all started. That is where I learned to use a ring knife and the bundling glove. Now, for maintenance, that's where I learned to use a razor knife and a roll of duct tape. And we got very good at that. So just a couple of quick stories. I could tell you stories all night long.
No.
I could. So what did I learn about maintenance? That it takes innovation, right? Over the years, we would duct tape these machines together. We would do anything and everything we could to keep it running, and we did. And I remember one day, back in the early days when 70 Flexa was in the plant, we had a whole huge order of banana boxes. Remember those days? Del Curdo.
Chili.
Yeah, and it was a huge order, and it was a wax impregnated liner, and there was no way we could get a glue bond on that box. It was impossible. We tried, they kept popping open. So I came up with a brilliant idea. It actually wasn't that good, but some of them were. So Walter Pearson, one of our former maintenance men, he was so proud of his tools. He had a brand new corded electric drill. So I said, hey Walter, you know, if we can roughen up the surface on the glue tab with your electric drill on a wire wheel, and we'll duct tape it in place, you know, as those boxes are coming through and that wire wheel is spinning, we can get enough adhesion for that glue to penetrate, and everything will be wonderful. He said, that's a great idea. So we duct taped that electric drill to the machine, and we got that drill taped down, the butt taped down, and we start, and it was working great until the fire started. After about 5 minutes, that drill got so hot, it burned out a brand new drill. Why am I saying that? Because we never ever stopped trying. in this day and age, you guys have got to keep trying, right? There's some difficult times coming, but if we do it all together, this is your future, this is your place, we can make it happen. So that's the story. Well, I could talk about Jack and Brucey too, but I'll spare him. All right, so we've had waxer fires in the plant. Amazingly, we never burnt the place down. We've had new machinery come and go, and there's been all kinds of flavors. Operation Exact, the fourth dimension. Oh boy, there's 5S, there's 6S. Oh, one quick more story here. Commuting, the life of a commuter. So let me tell you about Jim Page, Russell Snow, Bryson Jones, and myself. We all live out in Abbotsford, so we're going to try and save gas money. We didn't like driving with Russell Snow because he was always so slow. Always below the speed limit, stopped at every light. You know, and he was just horrible. So Jim Page is going to teach him a lesson one day. We're in Page's little silver Honda. So Russell Snow's in the front seat with his knees right up against the dash. Right? I'm in the back seat with Bryson Jones, and Page is driving. Now, if you know how Page drives, that old rotted out car of his with the plywood caps bolted into the floorboards, just as Peter stated. We're flying down Highway 99, and Page turns around, and he says, watch this. And he says, hey, Russell, can you read the decal on that plate in front of us? And Russell says, I can't read that. Just a minute. We're already doing 70, 80 miles an hour in the fast lane. He gives it all he got. We're up to 90 now, and he's like literally inches behind the car in front. And he says, Russell, can you read that plate now? Yeah, I can read it. And that was it. Russell never went with us again after that. There's so many stories. But I think one of the most endearing things for me, and I'll wrap it up quick. One day, Bob Moore's here. He says, Hank, he said, do you ever think about getting into ministry? I said, yeah, you know, I've thought about that a few times. He said, I think you should. I took him up on the challenge. So in 2012, I went for my pastoral credentials. And the very fellow who suggested I should do that is one of the very fellows here in the plant I was able to marry. And two more. I'll let them decide for themselves if they want to share who that is. So I've had the privilege of wedding 3 of you. You know who you are in this plant. And that was probably one of the greatest highlights for me to work with y'all. Okay, so one last thing. Dale Knight. All right. We all know who you are. So Dale, you know, every plant's got a very interesting character too. So Dale, you know, a true legend in his own mind. You know, he's got an engineer's brain, and he knows how to just design and just pull out of thin air, and he comes up with all these amazing formulas. If only one would listen to what you have to say. So
You did.
I did. Man, I was your best customer. I would just nod, yeah. So one day I'm over at the waxer doing 5S stuff, and I noticed that Dale was talking to himself. No one around, and nobody could care less about what he has to say. But he was quite impressed. So I came up with this idea after watching that movie with Tom Hanks, Castaway. Remember Wilson? The blood handprint on the volleyball? So I made a blood print of my hand, put it on a piece of paper, put some eyes on it, and I autographed it, and I taped it behind the face shield, and I hung it over at the waxer there, and it hung for years until it got hijacked. And sure enough, every Monday morning, Dale would come to work, he'd go to the waxer, and he'd talk to Wilson. And it was
My best friend. And survived here.
So, Dale, come on up for a minute. I am so happy to finally get rid of Wilson. And I'm passing him on to you.
Oh, that's beautiful. All right, so now they can carry on ignoring you. And if they give you
anytime you did it. Thank you very much. All right. So before we cut cake, so I'm going on the Appalachian Trail 2019. That's why my pack is here. That's what it's going to look like right there. Hopefully it won't be way more than that. So I'm going to vlog the whole deal. You can follow along if you want. YouTube 2019, last week in March. We're going to YouTube the whole deal, upload, and give you guys a shout out. And if you guys want to wager against me or for me, Bob will take the money and we'll split it. Okay? All right. That's it. That's all I have to say, folks. All right.
Hank's been here over 40 plus years now, and you know, we all know that we spend a lot of time here, 40 hours a week. We spend more time here than we do with our own home families. Hank has been my work dad. We all have a work dad. This has been my work dad. You know, the work family is important, and one thing Hank said that really resonates with me is we all have to try. We can make this place succeed if we need to, and if we want to. We have a lot of challenges coming up ahead of us, and I think we can meet those and beat those challenges. And I'm just really glad, and I'm going to miss this guy because you get the camaraderie, you get the humor, you get the story. We're going to miss the stories, man. The stories. You're right. We could be here till dinner time. Maybe even tomorrow's dinner.
I just keep making them up.
Well, and they're good stories.
No way, the life advice.
Right? The life advice.
Life advice.
I was fortunate enough to have Hank marry me last year. It was a blessing to have him there for me and my wife and my family. I don't want to cry. I'm going to miss you, buddy.
I'll miss you too, Bob. Always.
We got a card here for you, Hank. Everybody sign. Anybody who didn't sign, please sign it afterwards.
Oh.
We went around on the floor and we managed to raise some money for you. So your Appalachian Trail, if you need any more gear,
Oh yeah, no,
we got you covered.
I need calories.
Or a flight home.
Or a flight home, yes. As Hank said, he's going to be doing the Appalachian Trail. This is not an easy feat. It's a big dream of Hank's, and you can follow him on the website, YouTube, Lamplighter. I'll get the email address or whatever you need for it. If you want to follow along, I look forward to seeing his adventures, so that he's always going to be a part of our life, part of my life, anyways, going forward.
Yeah. I might even be preaching at you without you even knowing it.
Exactly. We managed to raise some money for you, Hank, for you to buy your gear, whatever you may need.
Calories.
Plane ride home, calories.
Right home.
I'll never have enough calories on the trail.
I don't know if Garth, or you want to
Yeah,
go ahead and say something?
So over 40 years, you've seen a lot of management come and go. So I can, thank you for, on behalf of all the management. 40 years is a long time in the company, and you do have a big family here. You've got your beautiful family and grandchildren here. You're quite lucky to have your health and everything going for you. So congratulations. Look forward to seeing your adventures, and the company as well is matching. Employees'
All
contributions.
right,
So,
hey, life is
yeah,
good.
enjoy
A few more cigars.
Congratulations.
I'm not good at cutting cake.
Is that it?
Love it, Let me see.
One big piece.
Yeah, I'll cut a little corner here.
That's the grill in the corner of the farm.
Harrison wasn't too impressed with that.
Don't do that, please, because I'm trying very hard.
This little one here, just about 4 weeks ago, she fell out of the hay loft, landed 10 feet down on the ground, and knocked out, brought to the hospital, and it was not looking good. We all started praying, and 2 hours later she was completely fine, no concussion, nothing. And the next day she was just running around like nothing ever happened. This little rascal right here. All right, I'm going to go back on mine. There you go.
Dad, you are hilarious.
Come on, give me a big hug. Love you guys.
I was just about to say.
Hey,
Oh.
What kind of cake do you guys want? Did you want vanilla cider?
Forget it.
Do you want vanilla?